Today we'll be exploring the most beautiful boulders and aesthetic route setting in gyms from all around the world. This is Toby, usually setting in Austria or Germany, climbing on his creation. These are beautiful black volumes contrasting with the white wall. I love how every hold and volume is being used, so it's both fun, functional, and very beautiful. So hello climbers, today we'll be exploring how route setters use different techniques, tricks, how they position holds and volumes to make a boulder very attractive and aesthetic to climb on. And at the end, we'll be revealing the top 3 most beautiful boulders of all time ever set in gyms. This is Yossi, climbing on his creation. These two are one of the most famous route setters for setting aesthetic boulder problems on Instagram. Here is Shauna Coxey climbing on a very aesthetic Pac-Man style kind of boulder problem. We judge aesthetic routes by not only just how they look, but what kind of emotions they bring to the climber, how fun it is, and whether the movements itself are very aesthetic. So there are 2 different types of aesthetic when we consider beautiful problems, whether the climbing is aesthetic or the boulders itself and the holes position. So this is one example how route setters use holds, volumes, and colors to create a nice climb and a nice line. These are simple volumes, simple meaning the brand. They have usually a very deep, rich color scheme, and that's why they pop out from the wall. Usually blue is very attractive because it contrasts with most skin tones and with most climbing walls. The white dual text on the top of the trapezius also provides some nice contrast and minimalist aesthetic flow. Speaking of minimalism, you don't have to use so many holds to make an aesthetic boulder. You can use very few volumes and holds, just like this one set by Toby as well. He only used 2 different volumes here, the big illusion egg and then the smaller illusion egg. So do your route setters at your gyms, wherever you are, do they consider the aesthetic part of route setting, or are they more concerned with the functional and the movement? Let me know down in the comments below how route setters should balance these 2. This is an easier climb with a beautiful 360 volumes. So sometimes route setters can use special holds and special volumes like these ones. These ones are beautiful black dual texture 360 volumes that they were only made for a limited amount of time. And aesthetic problems also don't necessarily have to be hard climbs, they can be easy climbs like this. This next one is set with the very signature, very famous Squadra volume. Their shapes enable them to be able to be orientated and set in different ways so that the route setters can create new modular style shapes. Some companies also copied this design, and this is the special version where it has a wooden finish to the top. I'm pretty sure you've seen these volumes on competitions before, especially in the evil organizations competitions. We don't talk about them. Now another design of climbing holes, these are more traditional polyurethane holes, but they're shaped so that they can link together. These are kilter smooth too fast. I think this is the hole that I really want to climb on the most. Route setters can connect these holes together so it seems like a living kind of breathing branches like trees on the wall, not just like on a dot system. Next, companies like Blue Pill often do dual text or dual color holds. So even on big competitions, international competition, they're bringing out the aesthetic by using 2 colors. So usually like black and yellow or blue and red, something to contrast each other. Now I'll let you decide which is the dual text part, the white part or the black part. Another way route setters can use contrast in color is to contrast with the wall. So in this case, this wall in a deep black and then bright holds that really contrast with the wall. This is a very interesting kind of climb I found, and I found this recently actually. I'm not sure what these holds are, but the route setters generally use the geometry and symmetry or some kind of pattern to create an aesthetic feel, and this is one way they do this. Straight lines and geometric shapes often actually lead to quite nice climbs. And these are just still pictures of beautiful volumes displayed in like an artwork style. So before we go on to the top 3 most beautiful boulders of all time, here are some very interesting climbs that I found that are super fun. Being an aesthetic problem has to look good and also climb good. With big juggy holes like these, it's always fun for all customers. Beautiful, nice, big volumes don't have to be used just for the biggest and strongest climbers. I really appreciate that route setters use them in lower grade climbs as well to generate interest and kind of reward the community and not just isolate beginner climbers. A lot of gyms are guilty of that, and so I really appreciate when route setters use these very attractive volumes for lower grade climbs as well. Usually Korea has lots of great route setting and lots of beautiful boulders, and here's one that I want to show to you today. I know I show a lot. Some of the videos got deleted, so I may repost them, but here's one that I like. And now on to the top 3 most beautiful boulders of all time. This one is number 3, and this is set by Jake, a very recent set actually. He's using Cheetah wooden boomerang volumes, one of my favorite holds of all time. Each one of them has a purpose and used in the climb, and that's why this is number 3. This next one is the Tesla Model XXX. This one could have been easily number 1, but number 1 was just too special. Emotionally special for me, so this one makes a very close second. It's used with blocks, megaboard volumes and gigaboard volumes, and this looks like something from the future. This climb actually is not that very difficult. I think I heard it was about a V2, V3 level, but it was very aesthetic and very pleasing to watch people climb, and it made a big viral hit on Instagram. This is from Korea as well. Alright, before we go on to number 1, here's one that almost made the top 3, but I decided that I think Jake's masterpiece was really good, but this almost made it. This is the 4th most beautiful boulder of all time. It's using flat holes Thunderbirds. These are pinchers that you could find in most gyms. Let me know if you like climbing on these, because I really feel really nice climbing on these. When you get to wrap your whole hand around the pinch, you feel strong, you feel powerful, you feel like you're gripping a large chunk of meat, you know. And this is why I love this problem. And well, I love these holes as well. This is from Blockhouse, one of the most beautiful gyms in Australia. And on to number 1. This is from Skyward Climbing. This is number 1 because when I first saw this, I realized that bouldering can be such an art form. This looks like a gallery. It looks like a planet being orbited by these boomerangs in like a space sci-fi kind of theme. I just thought it was super interesting, and not just for one climb, but for 2 climbs. So they make the whole aesthetic experience as a whole very nice. And thanks for watching. Click here to see 10 crazy climbing moves, and I'll see you in the next one. Let's climb together.